Good afternoon to you, Clive, and thank you for joining me here on Express Lunch. Nice to have you for the first time.
Absolute pleasure, Abigail. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Talk to me about this announcement that Moody's has made now. What does it mean for the country? And just break it down for the average South African to understand.
Okay, so we went out 6 months ago. The President, together with business and Labour, went out and spoke to the likes of Moody's, Fitch and S&P to try and get them not to downgrade us in the previous half of the year. And so now we had a very great success. We started to see the rand pick up. We started to see our economic growth pick up. We saw manufacturing numbers in the positive for the first time this year. And also what was interesting, we started to see the rand strengthen quite significantly, what was very important, obviously, if you're a manufacturer and you're exporting in South Africa. So that was all the positive things. And then we had some sort of political instability which came about. And those news, obviously, guys don't like to hear things like that. And so they started to say, look, if this continues, we might actually have to go ahead and downgrade you in any case. And so we were all nervous. They've come back. They're in the country, which is quite nice. I'm hoping that they're enjoying the weather. So what they're saying now this morning is the fact that, you know, there's a third of a chance that they might downgrade us. What does that mean in the greatest scheme of things? It means that it's not as guaranteed as we all thought it was, that they would downgrade us, because they're one agency that actually we are 2 notches up from sub-investment grade. So that is much welcomed. However, they did express the fact that we are in an outlook of negativity. So what does that mean? That means there is no way, obviously, they're going to go up. It can't improve. But what we do know is they can leave it or actually downgrade us. So we are hoping and are thumb sucking and hoping, holding thumbs and fingers crossed that they don't downgrade us, because I reckon if they do downgrade us, it might have the effects to the extent that the other two might say, perhaps maybe Moody saw something and maybe we must also downgrade. And those other two, by the way, were already just 1 notch away. So if they downgrade, then absolutely we're in junk status.
Clive, what sort of factors are taken into consideration here when Moody's makes a decision like this? I mean, a couple of days ago, we saw President Jacob Zuma and Minister of Finance address the media talking about this negative narrative that's being spread across the country. Is something like that taken into consideration, and how much? Yeah,
so it's a relationship. It's like a boyfriend and girlfriend thing, where the boyfriend wants to impress the girlfriend. You have to show the roses and buy the chocolate and make sure that the girl is happy. It's the same thing here. What we're saying is we want them to look at us in a bright note. One of the most key things that they look at, obviously, is economic data. And that has been, fortunately, quite positive. So we're hoping that the political instability does not show off to be something that is important to them. There are 3 factors that are important for any rating agency in the world. The first one is you need clarity. What does clarity mean? You need to know where things are happening. You need to understand the data and translate it in a manner that actually contributes positively to the economy. The second thing that you need is insight. They want to know that the country, the government, the business are all focusing on things that are going to be looking positive for the particular country. So things like, for example, our manufacturing must be seen to be clear. They need to have policy direction. So they want to see the government participating in making sure the economy is sustainable. We know the 3 areas of concern for our government. We know it's unemployment, it's inequality, and also obviously poverty. So those things have to improve. And how do you know that you're improving? Is you see the lives of the people that live in that country actually become improved. And that's when you know that these policies are actually working. So one of the most key important ones is transparency. Where does transparency play a part? It plays a part because then we know that the plans and policies that government is putting in place are actually being put out there, and people can see the results thereof of those policies. So these are like 3 key elements that will make sure that rating agencies love us like your boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, where everybody will be happy and living happily ever after, hopefully.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life. That's what they say.
Absolutely.
Clive, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you,
Appreciate you chatting to us and breaking things down for all of us to